Sunday, July, not really sure what it is, but weighed in this morning 212.2. It's for the week 13 video update. Right. Gotta bring those things in. But anyways, progress coming, power belly still, but alright. Hope y'all enjoying the video with the update. Alright, good morning everybody. I feel like this camera is it's not focusing in for some reason. It's kind of cloudy, but I think I start this video out with just kind of a quick update, shirt off update to see how things are going. Also on my Instagram, I just posted like a progression of what I've been tracking in MyFitnesspal, where you can see like my update pictures for the last 17 weeks. So 17 weeks? Yeah, it's been about 17 weeks since April 7th. I've been tracking. I started posting those pictures or adding pictures to the updates 1 week in, so since April 14th or whatever. Anyways, check my Instagram out in my story for that if you want to see kind of the progression along the way. We'll try to make today's update fairly quick. And I know I've gotten questions about, you know, maybe adding more videos of workouts and things like that. But you know, I've done a bunch of those videos, and my workouts legitimately do not change. They don't change. So if you go back to any of the other workout videos that I have on there, which are in very short clips, those are, you know, essentially the same workouts that I'm getting now. If anything, you know, I just try to keep my heart rate up. If I am focusing on, you know, certain muscles for the day, which I don't follow a certain split, you know, anymore anyways, like push, pull, upper body, lower body, in any certain order. If I feel good on a certain day, I'm gonna, you know, hit whatever muscle. So whatever's not hurting really, I'll come in and train. And typically, if I've got time, then I will push my heavier lifts. If I don't have time, then I'm getting creative. I'm doing step ups. I'm doing, you know, 10-pound plate, lateral raises. I'm doing whatever. I just want to, if I'm training a muscle, I want it to burn. I want to feel it, right? And so my rep range is anywhere between, I don't know, 10 to 25, depending on how much weight I'm using. And then again, that's determined on time and how I'm doing as far as my calorie burn and heart rate. Set range, typically I'm playing around 4 sets. So if I do something, whether it's a superset or whether it's a single movement, I'm typically doing about 4 sets. If I superset something, I'm doing probably, you know, like let's say I'm going to do 3 different lifts in one set. Then I'll do like 10, 10, 10 or something like that. And if it's just one lift or two lifts, like for example, dumbbell press, and I want to superset with those with dumbbell flies, I'll probably go like 15 and then 15, something like that. So nothing for me anyway. So I will start getting more videos. And right now I just don't have a lot of time during my workout. Like every minute really, I don't spend a lot of time talking or anything like that, because I've got to get through it in order to meet those goals. So I'll try to get more videos of workouts down the road. But again, that hasn't necessarily changed for me. My intensity is the same. It's my cardio that's been different, and then also my intake. So check my last video where I break down my cardio. So anyways, really quick, let's jump into the spreadsheet for the week. All right, I'm going to see very well, but so this last week was week 14. So average weight for this week, 214.1. So you can see right there, like I barely lost on average about a half a pound, which is not my goal. So this week, unfortunately for me, is considered my first plateau week, which I'm not super excited about. But as you can see, so my targets are still these right here, 2750. But every week, you know, there's something that happens where it throws that average off for the week. And so, for example, Sundays, I'm usually eating a higher calorie on Sunday, and then yesterday Friday we had a movie night here at Saratoga Springs, and I went with my kids, and I had already eaten all my food, and I was still like craving crap when we got there, and I ended up binging that night. So those took my average again back up to 2,800, which is for the week. So day to day, I'm for the most part I stay around that amount. Oh, and then also we went to Chuckarama on my daughter's birthday. But for the most part, I try to stay around that average of 2,750. But I've kind of accounted for some of these bigger days. So I'm going to have to adjust that amount. I am guesstimating I will bring that down to 100 calories. So, and I'll do that from carbs and fat. So maybe like I'll drop my target carbs for the week and my target fat, and drop those calories to 2650. Now, with my goal being 2650, I anticipate, a big day or two like I've had in these previous weeks. And so my goal is just to keep my average at the end of the week at 2750 there. Does that make sense? So I'm going to change my actual daily targets to 2650 and focusing on, or anticipating, it's summertime, barbecues and things like that, to where my week average I want to reduce to 2750. So if that makes sense. And then as far as my calorie burn, my workout time, those things will continue to remain the same. Unless I got the energy in me, then I will push those even harder. If I got the energy, I'm going to push it. So, but those are the changes I plan to make this week. So I hope that makes sense of how I'm going to do my updates. I'm going to meet my little brother here in a little bit. Speaking of plate sale, I had a great plate sale. If you're following me on my Instagram, you saw my Instagram story. Maybe if I got some time, I'll post at the end of this video pictures of the food and stuff that we had. It was great. And it also, if you follow along as well or connect me on MyFitnesspal, you'll see that despite going to Chuckarama and despite having a plate sale yesterday with my family and buying food and eating, I was still able to stay on track, make a little bit of progress, not the progress that I'm hoping for, so I've got to cut that overall. But for me, this is why, flexible dieting, which I haven't talked a lot about recently, is my ideal way to go about it. Whether you're keto or whether you're, vegan, whatever, you're managing calories and macronutrients, whether you do that specifically or not. But for me, the fact that I can still go to my daughter's birthday party while cutting, at Chuckarama, of all places, is you can take the kids out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the kids. Something like that. Or yesterday, a plate sale. And then I can guesstimate and still be able to stay on track. Now, I say guesstimate. Now, I don't recommend that you guesstimate every single thing every single day. If you watch my MyFitnesspal or my Instagram stores when I post food and stuff like that, like, I'm very meticulous about everything, as much as I possibly can. Outside of that, there are things that you can't control, and so I do my best to guesstimate. And I'll be honest, I think I've gotten pretty good at being able to eyeball certain things. I've done it for so long, but that's a way for me to be able to manage and not go crazy. I'm not gonna lie, still sometimes there's like, man, I really want to just kill all these cookies, and I still have to have some self-control. But prep is going well. This is my first week where I would consider a plateau, which is great, especially with average calories over 2,800. So I've got to, even though I'm at 2,800 plus calories, I'm not looking forward to reducing any calories, but I am looking forward to bringing in some freaking jacked. Ugh. So I got to be able to start cutting that. So notes I left for myself. So again, meal prep. I do prep meals as often as possible, or at least when I'm home, I measure and weigh everything out. Outside of that, again, I've got to guesstimate. Training has been going well. Like I mentioned earlier, my workouts themselves haven't necessarily changed, and so you can check out those previous videos. I do, again, my biggest focus is my leg development. So let's see. Outside of that, I didn't have anything else. I did want to talk about one thing. So just kind of, more with fitness and all that stuff that comes with the territory where you're always talking about motivation or, inspiration or what moves you, and so for me mentally, it's like I feel great right now. I feel locked in my prep, and it's been a long time since I felt this way, or I felt this strong mentally, which is why one of the reasons why it's been so long since I've tried to compete. It's because it's so mentally taxing. But right now, like, I am just locked in. I'm locked in. So as soon as I step into that gym right now, and I don't want, it's not that I go out and try to be like, oh, this gym tough guy, don't talk to me, da da da. But I am locked in. And so I don't care much to be spending time, circle jerking with everybody at the gym, or like, oh, so you look great. Like, I really don't care. I don't care for compliments right now. No, I'm not saying okay. I'm just saying in my head, like, the perfect state of mind for me while training and while cutting is just slightly agitated. Maybe it's a little bit of the little man syndrome in me, but like, I'm just ready to go at it. And my opponent right now is my training, my prep. These weights in front of me. Like that's what I'm focused. I'm not focused on anything else or anybody else. So I ain't even trying to see nobody or hear nobody or talk to nobody. I'm getting in there and I'm gonna that dude up, which has probably led to some aggressive interactions with myself and some other people. So and I try to apologize as much as possible. But for me, that's what motivates me. Like I've got, well, mentally, when I'm in that place, like that's exactly where I want to be. And it's the same mentality that I want to be able to teach my kids. A lot of these things will tie back to my kids on what I want to demonstrate and show to them. But that freaking mentality of, this is my objective and I'm gonna tear that mother down. So how do I get there? Really just kind of in my own head. I look forward to the next morning and training the hell out of whatever. But sometimes music, sometimes a podcast or a talk, or sometimes a movie or something will kind of help me trigger that a little bit. But really just starts out in my own head, just kind of like, again, I mentioned, I'm the smallest in my family, grew up, the smallest in the circle of friends and stuff like that. So I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, a little bit of a little man syndrome, which led to me overcompensating a lot. But it also led to me not backing down from any scary situations, because I was like, F it, let's go. And so that same kind of mentality has proven to be beneficial in many cases as well. Not always, but it's been beneficial. So I'd like to hear, what is it that moves you? How do you get into that state of mind? Or what is the perfect state of mind for you? Comment or hit me up on social media, Facebook or Instagram. Connect with me on MyFitnesspal. You can see what I'm doing. Like, I'm very much against restrictive diets and things like that. So look at what I mean. I eat a variety of everything. I just track the hell out of it. So 13 weeks, baby. I'm feeling great. I'm gonna be diced. I hope they're ready.